Hello, this is Dr. Emmanuel Toye Shobande. I am a strategic leadership expert, executive coach, conference speaker, and award-winning author. I want to welcome you to the Leadership Factory. The Leadership Factory is a platform where we offer creative insight and solutions to businesses and leaders. On today's episode, we are discussing the topic, the leader's shadow. The leader's shadow. How your unspoken anxiety becomes your team's culture. You see, let me start by telling you a story about Clara, a formidable tech executive I worked with a while ago. Before every major meeting, Clara would close her office door and stand perfectly still and take 3 deliberate breaths. She believed this ritual projected calm, but what she didn't see was the ripple effect outside of her door. Her assistant, noting the closed door, would text the waiting team, "Heads up, she's doing the breathing thing." Immediately, nerves becomes high. Instantly, posture will shift, last-minute notes will be frantically compared, and a low hum of anxiety will electrify the meeting room. Clara was managing her stress. Unknowingly, she was broadcasting it. Her meticulously crafted calm was a message everyone had learned to decode. Last week, we examined how hypercompetence can silence your team's intellect. This week, we must confront a more visceral leakage, the transmission of your unmanaged inner state. Leadership is not a purely intellectual exercise. It is an emotional broadcast system. Neuroscience is clear on this fact. Through mirror neurons and a process called emotional contagion, a leader's non-verbal cues and tightened jaw or a distracted glance or a forced share are subconsciously absorbed and mirrored by the team. A 2023 study from the Center for Creative Leadership found that up to 70% of a team's emotional climate could be traced directly to the leader's displayed affect, not their spoken words. Your unresolved anxiety doesn't stay with you. It seeps into the cultural soil, germinating into your team's collective risk aversion, their hesitance to share uncertain news, and their burnout from perpetually bracing for your hidden storm. Leaders confuse this often. They confuse this often because they believe that by not voicing our fears, we are protecting the team. This is a profound self-deception. Human beings are meaning-making machines, and in the vacuum of your silence, they will concoct a narrative far more catastrophic than your reality. Your clipped email, your cancelled one-on-one, your preoccupied walk through the office are the chapters in a story your team is writing nightly, and the plot is usually one of impending doom. The goal is not to become a sterile, emotionless robot. That is neither possible nor desirable. Authenticity is what builds trust. They need you to be authentic. The goal is to build what I term an emotional air gap, a deliberate practice of processing your raw, reactive internal state before it enters the organizational grid. This is the discipline of containment we hinted at and made personal and practical for you in our previous episodes. Therefore, begin with a diagnostic labeling before you step into an interaction. Pause for 30 seconds before you step into a meeting. Ask yourself, what is the dominant emotion I am carrying right now? Is it frustration from the prior call or anxiety about quarter 2 or quarter 1? Merely naming it privately reduces its power and gives you choice. You are no longer being anxious, you are experiencing anxiety, which is a transient state you can manage. Next, practice intentional disclosure. This is the counterintuitive step. It's counterintuitive because instead of hiding your process concern, share the context without the chaos. Share the context without the chaos. Now, this helps you transform you from an inscrutable source of worry into a human leader navigating a challenge. The difference here is critical. Compare, I am stressed about the investor meeting, which dumps anxiety with the investor meeting as a high-stake moment for us. Compare that to, I am confident in our preparation and my focus is ensuring we present a unified front on our growth metrics. The later statement names the pressure, contains it within a framework of purpose and team capability, and directs energy forward. You see, finally, institute rituals of reset. Clara's mistake wasn't the deep breathing. It was allowing it to be a visible signal of distress. Create a personal ritual that genuinely regulates your nervous system before you are in public view. A 5-minute walk outside, a specific piece of music, a few moments of journaling, anything that allows the biochemical wave of stress to pass through. Then enter the room deliberately. Your physiology will follow your behavior. Adopt a posture of openness. Make soft eye contact and begin with genuine connection with your team members. You're not pretending. You are consciously selecting the part of yourself most fit to lead in that moment. What physical signal has your team learned to read as a sign of your stress? Is it the tone of your voice, a pacing pattern, a specific email habit? Recall a recent time you brought a quiet worry into a room. How did the conversation go? How did it flow? Did ideas flourish or did they constrict? What is the one unresolved concern you are carrying today? If you named it calmly and strategically to your team, could it transform from a hidden monster under the bed into a manageable project? You see, this week, I want you to conduct what I call an emotional broadcast audit. Choose one high-stakes meeting. Before it begins, in private, complete the diagnostic labeling exercise. Write the named emotion on a slip of paper. Then, during the first 60 seconds of the meeting, take a conscious, deliberate effort to project the opposite energy of that emotion. If you named anxiety, project calm, focus. If you named frustration, project patient curiosity. Do not fake it. Choose one micro action that embodies the desired state. Either slow speech, listen fully to the first person who speaks, then smile. After the meeting, jot down what you have observed in the room's dynamic, then destroy the slip of paper. You will learn more about your influence in that single experiment than in a year of performance reviews. You see, the most critical culture you shape is not on the company intranet. It is the one you broadcast from your nervous system. Master the signal, and you empower the entire network to function at its highest capacity. Leadership is not about being fearless. It is about being the guardian of the emotional space where fear can be acknowledged and then collectively overcome. Thank you for listening to me today. You see, for more insight and engagement, I want to encourage you to send me an email at contactme@toyeshobande.com and pay attention to the announcement right after this. I'll see you next time and watch out for our next episode. Thank you and God bless. Have a wonderful time.